Hello everyone, so in this video we will learn how to automatically export WooCommerce product directly into Google Sheets. So let us begin with a small example. So as you can see, this is my WooCommerce page and basically I am building a product and the name of the product is Rolex Mariner. Now the idea is that once the product is created in my WooCommerce page, it will be reflected as a data in my Google Sheet. So as you can see, I already have the data of all the products in my Google Sheet. So let me just create a product. Okay, so the name of the product is Rolex Mariner. This is a small description, 18 carats diamond, and then we have the regular price at 1000 and the price that we are offering is 800. And let's add a product image. Okay, so we are going with this image, or how about we go with this image? Okay, so this is the image that we want. Let me just click on set product. The product has been set. Let me just straight away click on publish. Okay, so the product is getting published. So yeah, the product has been published. Okay, and this is the link of the product. So let's explore the link. So this is the product, Rolex Mariner. This is the image of the product. The total worth is 800 rupees. The real price was 1000. Okay, and we have a small description, 18 carats diamonds. So we have this product. Now the idea is that the data of this particular product, the newly created product, will be added in this Google Sheet. So let's have a look. So let me just refresh my Google Sheet. Okay, so as you can see, we have got the data, Rolex Mariner, that's the name of the product. Then we have the description, 18 carats diamond, and then we have the regular price, that is 1000 rupees, and then we have the sale price, that is 800. This is basically the image URL. Okay, if you click here, it will be directed to the same image that we had uploaded in WooCommerce. And of course, we have the product ID. So this is the unique product ID when the product was created. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from WooCommerce to Google Sheet automatically? So basically here I have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates WooCommerce and Google Sheet. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you the process, step by step. Okay, so to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Just hover on products and here you will find connect. Just click on connect. So this is basically the landing page of Pabbly Connect. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built my account. So let me just straight away click on sign in. Okay, so this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. At the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this, a dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going with WooCommerce to Google Sheets. Google Sheets. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. WooCommerce to Google Sheets. Let me just click on create. So when you click on create, you will find 2 windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. So what's the deal with the trigger window as well as the action window? Well, the trigger is basically an if statement. It asks the question, if this happens, what should be done? For example, if a new product is created in WooCommerce, that is basically a trigger event. Now, the action event is we are going to enter the details of that product into Google Sheet. So using these 2 windows, technically there will be more than one action window. Using overall the gist is using the trigger window as well as the action window, we are going to create a workflow to integrate WooCommerce to Google Sheets. Now the best part here is I will be adding the link of this workflow that we have created in the description box so that you can clone it and directly access it into your account to begin your automation journey. Okay, so we are going to the trigger and we are going to select the choose app as WooCommerce because we want to send the product data from WooCommerce to Google Sheet. So the choose app is WooCommerce. Then we have to select the trigger event as product, new product created, this one. Okay, so overall the gist is we are going to integrate WooCommerce to Pabbly Connect so that whenever a new product is created in WooCommerce, it will send the data to Pabbly Connect, and from Pabbly Connect, we will send it to Google Sheets. So these are the steps that we have to follow. So first of all, we have to go to WooCommerce and then just click on the settings. So this is basically the dashboard. Let me just straight away go to the dashboard of my WordPress account. And now we are going to click on plugins. Okay, so these are the plugins and this is the plugin that we are interested in, WooCommerce plugin. And the next step is we have to go to the settings. Okay, so we have clicked on settings. So what's the next step? We have to go to the advanced tab and then to webhooks. So we are going to click on the advanced tab. At the right top corner, you will find advanced, and then we are going to click on webhooks. Okay, then what? The webhooks data box appears. Here we have to enter the name, and okay. So we have to click on add webhook. Okay, so now we have to enter a name. So I'm going to give a name, just a random name, to Google Sheets. To Google Sheets. Okay, so what's next? Now we have to change the status from the disabled to active. Okay, from disabled to active. That makes sense. Then we have the topic. So what's the deal with the topic? The topic should be product created. That also makes sense because we want to send that data when a product is created. Product created. Then we have to enter the delivery URL. So to get the delivery URL, we again go back to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL or the delivery URL you want. You copy this and you simply paste it here. Okay, now coming to the secret, let's keep it as empty. The API version will remain same. So we have filled all the details. Let me just click on Save Webhook. So the idea is that once a webhook is created in WooCommerce, it essentially means we have integrated WooCommerce to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so it is showing webhook updated successfully. We have integrated WooCommerce to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a look what Pabbly Connect is doing. Okay, so it is showing that recapture webhook response. And it is already showing a webhook ID. So when a webhook was created, it is already showing the webhook ID. So our integration is actually successful. Now what we are going to do here is we are going to create a dummy product in WooCommerce so that when a product is created in WooCommerce, Pabbly Connect will capture the data. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data of the newly created product in WooCommerce, let me just click on this button, recapture webhook response. Just simply click on yes. So it is showing it is waiting for the data. So let me just go to WooCommerce and we are going to create a product. Okay, so let me just go to products, all products. Okay, we should have straight away gone to add new product, but it's okay. So let me just first straight away show you all the products we have. So these are all the products we have. Okay, so these are all the products we have. And I'm going to create a new product. Okay, so the name of the product is Awesome Drones. Awesome Drones. And the description, 4 rotors. A small description. And the price of the product is 500. And the price we are offering is 350. Okay, and let me just add a product image. Okay, so do we have image of drone? Yes, this is the product image, and let me just set this image. So the image has been set. We have added the sale price, the regular price. We have set the description. We have also added the title of the product, that is Awesome Drone. So let me just straight away click on publish to create our product. So the name of the product is Awesome Drones. Now the idea is that once the product is created, it basically means since Pabbly Connect is integrated with WooCommerce, Pabbly Connect should capture the details of this newly created product. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Do we have this product related information? But first let's explore the product. So let me just straight away click on view product. So this is the product Awesome Drones, 500 rupees, but we are offering at 350. The product is the quantity is 1, and this is the description. Okay, so let us have a look. Do we have the data in Pabbly Connect? Yes, we have the data of Awesome Drones in Pabbly Connect. The name is Awesome Drones, and this is the permalink. We can ignore that. And this is the description. As you can see, the description that we have added, that is 4 rotors, also has this HTML tags. So we have to remove this, otherwise it would really look ugly. So we have to remove this. Let's ignore that. Now the price that we are offering is 350. The regular price is 500. Now there will be also something called as the image URL. So this is the image URL. I think this is the image URL. I'm just going to copy this and open this in a new tab to check is it the same image URL that we want. Yes, this is the image URL. Excellent. Now what? Now we have got all the details. Now comes the tricky part. We have to send all this data to Google Sheet. Now here's the thing. Let me first create a Google Sheet. Okay, let me just create a Google Sheet. Google Sheet. And first of all, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy all the titles. Okay, like the product name, description, regular price, because I'm too lazy to create once again. Write once again or type once again. Let me just go to blank and let me enter a new name for this spreadsheet. The name of the spreadsheet will be WooCommerce, products from WooCommerce. That would be much better. Products from WooCommerce. Okay, so now let's enter or fill these fields, fill these columns, paste. Okay, so we have the product name, description, regular price, sale price, image URL, and the product ID. Basically the same columns we have here. I just copied this same thing here. Okay, nothing very special. Now there is one problem here. Okay, we are going with the assumption. There are actually two assumptions here. Okay, there are actually two assumptions while we are building this workflow. The first assumption is the Google Sheet that we are working on is totally blank. There is no data of any product in this particular Google Sheet. Okay, now the second assumption is there are already the data of all the products in my Google Sheet. Only the newly created data, okay, only the newly created products data is not present in the Google Sheet. Okay, so let me just repeat this again. We are going with two assumptions. The first assumption is that there is some kind of data or some kind of product data present in my Google Sheet. The second assumption is there is no data present in my Google Sheet. The Google Sheet is freshly created like this one. So we are going to work with the first assumption that we have the data of all the products in my Google Sheet, okay, except the newly created one. Now the newly created one is of Awesome Drone. Okay, so this is the newly created one and we have the data of the newly created one in this Google Sheet. Okay, so imagine this, just imagine this, that this Google Sheet somehow looks like this Google Sheet. Okay, we have all the products up to row number 21. Okay, we have the product up to Rolex Mariner except this product, that is Awesome Drone. I repeat this again. All you have to imagine is that you have the data of all the products up to Rolex Mariner, okay, except this one, Awesome Drone. We don't have the data of Awesome Drone product in our Google Sheet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to enter some random things here. Okay, this will help you to understand. Okay, so this is the price and this is the sale price and this is the image URL and this is the product ID. Okay, I've just entered some random things here. So just assume that we have all the data of the products in my Google Sheet except this one, Awesome Drone. Now this is the first assumption. So what I'm going to do here is, so first of all, in the action window, we are going to select the app as Google Sheets. Google Sheets, this one. Now in the action event, we are just going to click it on Get Rows. Where is Get Rows? I'm sorry. Get Rows, Get Rows. Okay, so the action event is Get Row and simply just click on Connect. We are going with a new connection and simply just click on Connect with Google Sheet. So the idea is that we want to just create a condition. The condition is the data is present in Google Sheet or not. Okay, the condition is if the data is present in Google Sheet or not. Okay, so this is the Google Sheet that I want to retrieve the information, that is products from WooCommerce, and this particular Google Sheet is present in this Gmail account. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, so now it is asking me to confirm my choice. So before I press allow, let me just tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. So on the basis of that trust, let me just press allow. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Excellent. So by default, it is showing the select spreadsheet as product from WooCommerce. So this is the spreadsheet product from WooCommerce. So these are all the spreadsheet that is present in my Google account, in my Gmail account. Okay, so at present, I'm only interested in this one, that is products from WooCommerce. So I have selected it. Now we have the select sheet as sheet 1. This is because there is only one sheet, that is sheet 1. Then we have to enter the range. Okay, so now the reason for this window is because we want to create a condition that if the product data is present or not. Okay, so we want to figure out if the product data is present or not. And this is how you do it. So first of all, we have to enter the range. Okay, so this is basically the range A2 to F2. Okay, from this cell to this cell. Okay, so this cell to this cell, we have selected it. Okay, I'm just going to copy the address. I'm just going to copy this and this is our range and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so let me just click on save and send test request. If you're not getting it, it's totally fine. You will understand in a minute. So as you can see, it has got all the data. Okay, so these are all the random data that we have added in my Google Sheet. Okay, so these are all the random data that we have added in Google Sheet and it has captured it. Okay, now what if, let me just cut this. I'm sorry, let me just copy this and let me just remove this. Okay, at present, it is a totally blank sheet, We don't have any details of the product. So what if I just click on save and send test request once more. Okay, so as you can see, it is showing data not found because the data is not present here. Okay, it is not showing all the details of the product or the description or anything. This is because data is not present. So my idea is that we are going to use this window to create two conditions. The first condition will be if the data is present or the product data is present. The second condition is if the product data is totally absent. Okay, so we are going with the first condition. So let me just repaste all the products here. Okay, all the random products here. Okay, so we have added back the products. Okay, and once again, let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so we have got all the data. Excellent. Now what we are going to do here is we are going to set up two routes. The first route is if the product data is already present in my Google Sheet. The second condition is if the product data is not present in my Google Sheet. So to do that, we are going to introduce routers. So this is how you do it. You introduce one more action window and here you select router. So already, as you can see, the icon is showing two routes. Okay, one is to the straight and one is to the left or right. So basically the purpose of the router is it's going to split the data flow into many different streams according to our choices. The first route will be, I'm just going to rename this. Okay, the first route will be the product data is already present. Google Sheet except the newly added one. Now remember this, the newly added one was of drone, and let me just click on update. So this is the first condition, the product data is already present in Google Sheet. In Google Sheet, it should be Google Sheet, but let's ignore this, except the newly added one. Now the second condition is, let me just rename this, the Google Sheet is totally blank. Okay, the Google Sheet is totally blank, and let me just click on update. So we have two routes. The product data is already present in Google Sheet except the newly added one, and the second one is the Google Sheet is totally blank. So we are going with the first route, that is the product data is already present in Google Sheet except the newly added one. So let me just add filter. The filter would be something like this. Okay, let me just show you. The filter will be something like this. If this product name, okay, if this data is already present, if this product data already present or already exist in Google Sheet, that means the condition is true. Okay, this is because it's obvious that if this product data is already present, then only the condition will be true. Okay, so we are going to first click here, we are going to here, and we are going to the second accordion. We are going to click on this one, product name, or you can select any of them, but I'm going with the first one, product name. This exists. Okay, this exists, then only the procedure should follow. So let me just click on save and send test request. When I click on save and send test request, it will definitely show this condition is true. This is because this product is already present in my Google Sheet. So let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the status, it is showing success. The message, the condition is true. Okay, so this is because this product is already present in my Google Sheet. All we have to do is, at this point, we have to add this particular product, that is newly created product, that is awesome drone, into my Google Sheet, because rest all of the products, okay, rest all of the product is already present in my Google Sheet. We are going with that assumption. Just imagine all of this data is present in my Google Sheet except this one, awesome drone. Okay, so now we are going to add the details of awesome drone in this Google Sheet, and this is how you do it. Okay, first of all, you just introduce one more action window, and here we are going to add Google Sheet. Google Sheet. Now in the action event, how about we make it as add new row, because we want to create a new row from the data that we are just going to add one by one in each of these cells. We are technically going to add a new row from the data that we are going to add in each of these cells one by one. So action event is add new row. Let me just click on connect. You're going with the new connection. Let me just click on connect with Google Sheet. This is the account. You know the drill. Let me just press allow. Authorization successful. Excellent. Now we are going to map all the details one by one. Okay, we are going to map all the details one by one. Now by default, it is showing the select spreadsheet as content marketing for SaaS software. This is not the spreadsheet that we are interested in. We are interested in product from WooCommerce. So I'm just going to remove this and I'm going to add this one, that is product from WooCommerce. Oh, and already you know that this sheet contains only one sheet, that is sheet 1. Now we have the product name and let's map the product name. If you may remember, the product name was Awesome Drone. So I'm just going to click here and this is the data that we have received from WooCommerce, that is of product Awesome Drones. Okay, that is Awesome Drones and we have mapped it. Then we have the description. Now this is a tricky one because I'm going to show you there is going to be some kind of error here. Okay, so the description was this. Okay, the description was, what was the description? I don't remember. It was 4 rotor or something. Yeah, 4 rotor. Now we have an issue here. I will tell you later. Once the data will be collected in Google Sheet, I will tell you later. Now we have the regular price. The regular price was 1000 or something. Okay, regular price was 500. And the sale price, the price that we are offering is 350. Okay, the sale price is 350. Then we have the image URL. So this is basically the image URL. Let me just scroll down. IMG SRC something like that. IMG SRC something. Okay, so this is the image URL, images SRC, and then we have the unique product ID. So this is the product ID. This is always created. This is always generated when a product is created. So we have mapped all these details one by one. Okay, so we want to send all this detail to Google Sheet. All you have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the response is a positive one. So let's have a look. Do we have the details in our Google Sheet? Okay, so we do have the details in Google Sheet. Okay, so as you can see, we have Awesome Drone, that is the product name. We have the description, that is the HTML P4 rotors HTML. So unfortunately, we have this HTML sign. We don't want that. So we are going to strip away the HTML tags and I'm going to show you the process. But first of all, let's have a look at the regular price, that is 500. We have the sale price, we have the image URL, and we have the product ID. Excellent. Now, what I'm going to do here is I actually really want to delete this row, and after fixing the description part, I'm going to re-enter it. But instead of deleting, because I'm going to delete all of this anyway, so I will delete that later. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fix this part. Okay, I don't want the HTML part, and this is how you do it. So you go back to Pabbly Connect. Okay, scroll up. Okay, and in between the filter window as well as the Google Sheet window, the action window, I'm going to introduce one more window, and this window will involve stripping the HTML tag. And this is how you do it. You add data transformer. This is the one we want, data transformer. And in the action event, how about we make it as HTML strip HTML tag, okay, and simply just click on connect. Now we have to enter the encoded string. Now the string, if you may remember, it was of the product. Okay, so this is the string that we want. We click here, and this is where you find it is a part of description for routers, and we have added it. And let me just once again click on save and send test request. Okay, so the status, it is showing success for routers. Excellent. Now we want this detail here. Okay, we want this detail in this action window. That is why I'm just going to click on F5 to refresh. Okay, so the system has been refreshed. So let's go to this window, set filter and action. Unfortunately, we didn't save it. So the second route that we had added, that is the Google Sheet is totally blank, is gone. But don't worry, we will add it once again. All we have to do is just rename it. Okay, so we have added it here, a new window, that is data transformer by Pabbly. We go to the action window. Okay, and we have to remove this description. We don't want this description. Okay, we have to remove this description, and this is how you do it. You go to the third accordion. This is the one we want. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the accordion we want. Let me just scroll down. Okay, so this is the one we want. Okay, and let me just click here. Okay, for rotor. So the description, a new description has been added, that is for rotor. Let me just scroll down, and once again let me just click on save and send test request. So once again, a new row would be created with the same details of the product, except this time the HTML tags will be not present. So let's have a look. Yes, we have the correct data here. We have Awesome Drone, that's the product name. Now we have the description without the HTML tag, and rest of the details are practically the same. Okay, so we have added the product, the newly created product, that is Awesome Drone. Now we are going to work with the second condition. The second condition is the Google Sheet is totally blank. Okay, the Google Sheet is totally blank. Now the reason we are working with the second condition is we actually want the details, the old details. Okay, the old products. These all products. Okay, these are all the products that is present in my WooCommerce account. I also want these products in my Google Sheet. So that is why we are going to work with the second condition. So first of all, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to delete all these products. Okay, I'm just going to delete this, and that's done. Then let me just go back to Pabbly Connect. Let me just click on done. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is in this action window, once again, I'm just going to click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, the response it is showing data not found. That's pretty much obvious because there is no data at this point in this particular Google Sheet. Okay, so using this condition, we are going to create a new route. The second route is the Google Sheet is totally blank, and which is actually true. So let me just click on set filters and action. Sorry, we should actually rename this. Okay, so you will get a better hang of this. So the name is the Google Sheet is totally blank. The Google Sheet is totally blank. And let me just click on update. So we have two routes. The product data is already present in Google Sheet except the newly added one. The second is Google Sheet is totally blank. So let me just click on set filter and action. Now we have to set a label. Okay, now this time the label would be something like this. Okay, the label, let me show you the label. The data is not present in Google Sheet. So we will be adding data not found is exist. Okay, the data not found is exist. Okay, so this data, this value will only come when there is no data present in my Google Sheet. And we are going to add the condition filter something like this. The data not found is exist. Okay, so let me just click on set filter. We are going to set the label as data not found is exist. Now in the earlier case, it was the product name that exists, which signified that the product data is already present. In this case, it will be data does not exist, basically means the Google Sheet is totally blank. Okay, data not present is exist. Just click on save and send test request. The status is showing success. The message, the condition is true. Okay, now what we are going to do here is we are going to bring the details of all the products into Google Sheet. And this is how you do it. You introduce one more action window, and here you are going to add WooCommerce. Okay, in this action window, we are going to bring all the details of the product in using this action window into Pabbly Connect. Now in the action event, let me just click on get all products. Okay, get all product, and let me just click on connect. We are going with the new connection. Now in the new connection, we have to fill in the consumer key and the consumer secret. Now this is a bit tricky, so let me just show you how it's done. So let me just straight away go to WooCommerce, and let me just click on dashboard. We actually have to go to the settings page of WooCommerce. Let it load. Okay, so this is where you can find the WooCommerce plugin. Yeah, WooCommerce plugin. And here you have to look for settings. You click on settings. Okay, so this is the settings page. Okay, excellent. And here once again, you just go to advanced. Now in the advanced tab, all you have to do is just click on REST API. Click here. Okay, and we have to add a new key. So let me just click on add key. And here we have to fill some description. So I'm just going to give a random description. So how about Google Sheets? Google Sheets blank. Okay, this is because there is no data present in Google Sheets. So I'm just giving the description, a random description, Google Sheets blank. You can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. The permission, I have to change it from read, the default read to read and write. Okay, from default read to read/write. So the user is basically you. Okay, you don't have to do anything about it. Just click on generate API key. Okay, so as you can see, this is the consumer key. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, this is the consumer key, and I'm going to paste it here. Then we have to enter the consumer secret. So let me just show you the consumer secret. So the consumer secret is this one. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. So we have entered the consumer key and the consumer secret, but we are not done. There is something else you have to do. You have to also enter the website URL. So this is the website URL. Okay. It is pretty much easy. All you have to do is just copy this up to here. Do not include the slash sign. So I have copied this up to here. Okay. So this is my WooCommerce name, WooCommerce or website's name, the website URL. So we have entered the website URL, we have entered the consumer secret, we have generated the consumer key, and we have pasted it here. So let me just click on save. Okay, so when you click on save, all you have to do at this point is just click on save and send test request. Okay, and it will fetch all the details of all the products that is present in my WooCommerce store. So let me do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see the values, it is taking some time because there are around 13 to 14, 15 products in my WooCommerce store. Actually, there are 21 products. Now, including that awesome drone, we will be having 22 products. So let's explore how many products data. Yes, we do have all the data. So this is the ID. Okay, this is the first ID, that is of awesome drone. Then we have the second ID. So it will come here. Okay, second ID, that is Rolex Mariner. If you may remember, we have added the product earlier, that is Rolex Mariner. And then we have the rest of the details of the rest of the products. Okay, then we have Dell laptop. Okay, so basically all the products that is present in my WooCommerce store. Let me just show you all the products that is present in my WooCommerce store. All the products data that is present in my WooCommerce store has arrived here. And the last product I think was, the oldest product, not the last product, the oldest product. So it's actually taking some time. Okay, so the oldest product is of a Swiss watch. Okay, I think it is of Swiss watch. So let's have a look. The oldest product, the earliest product was of awesome drone, and then we have the Swiss watch somewhere here. So basically we have got all the details. Okay, all the products that is present in my WooCommerce is now present here. Now what we are going to do here is we actually have to set up a condition. Okay, now the condition would be something like this. First of all, obviously we have to strip the HTML tag. Okay, first of all we have to strip the HTML tag. Then we have to strip some data from the image URL. Okay, there are problems with image URL. So we can't strip each of these product all of one by one. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to work with one product. Okay, we are going to, for example, we are going to strip the HTML tag of one particular product, and thereafter we are going to make sure the same condition is applied on the rest of them. So that is why we have to bring in the iterator. Okay, so before we bring in the iterator, what we have to do is, let me just toggle this to the left. Okay, and once again let me just click on save and send test request. So this will ensure that all the data of the product will be arrived in a simple array. So this is an array, as you can see. Okay, so it may get a bit confusing at this point. So this is all the data of all the products in a simple array. So this is a compact array. As you can see, we have all the details here. Now we are going to work with the iterator. Okay, now we are going to work with the iterator. So this is how you introduce iterator. You click on the plus button. So we have one more action window, and in the choose app I'm going to add iterator. Okay, if you don't understand what is going on, just bear with me, you will understand everything in just. So we have added the choose app as iterator, and the array is automatically chosen. So this is our array. Okay, remember this is our array. Okay, now out of, we have around 22 products. Okay, 21 or 22 products. Out of 22 products, it is going to select the first product. In our case, the first product is the recently created product, that is awesome drone. So it's going to work on awesome drone first. Okay, so that will be our first iteration. So technically it will be running around 22 iteration, one for each product. Okay, I hope it is getting clear. It is going to run 22 or 21 iterations according to the number of products that is present. And the first iteration is the one that we have recently created, that is awesome drone. So what we are going to do here is, when I click on save and send test request here, it will fetch me the data of the single product, and that single product will be of awesome drone. So let me just do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so we have the name, that is awesome drone, and then we have the date, the time, when it was created, and of course once again we have the issue of the description. Okay, so we actually have to use HTML stripper. We actually have to strip the HTML tags. Okay, then we have the product sale price and all those things. Okay, then we have then where is the image URL? So let me just show you the image URL. Now that's an issue because we have to figure out our image URL. So I think this is our image URL. Okay, so this is our image URL. Now out of this chunk, so this is a total chunk. We only want this detail. Okay, we only want this detail. Okay, so this is total chunk. Okay, out of all this chunk, we want to isolate this URL. This is the image URL that we want. So first we are going to isolate the image URL from this chunk, and this is how you do it. You introduce one more window. Okay, I know it's getting a bit complicated, but it's actually pretty easy if you want really understand it. Okay, so now we have to select the choose app as text formatter, this one. Now in the action event, how about we make it as text parser? Okay, if you are not getting it, it's totally fine. You will understand in a minute. So the idea is that we are going to isolate the image URL, but the problem here is we have the whole data here. Okay, we can't really isolate the image URL without parsing. We have without using text parser. So this is the text that we want to work with. Okay, we got it from iterator, and this is the title. I'm sorry, this is the string that we want. Okay, this is the one we want. Okay, now out of all this data, we just want this data from this part, that is HTTPS to PNG. Okay, from HTTPS to PNG. Okay, and this is how you do it. First of all, we have to select the text before this particular string, the words that we want to isolate, or the text that we want to isolate. We want to isolate the link. So the text that we want to make sure should come will be src. Okay, as you can see, src and colon, src colon. Okay, so what it is going to do is it's going to figure out src, this whole data. Okay, so it's going to figure out the data up to here. Okay, and then it's going to figure out the data up to here. We are just going to specify it. Let me just first specify the text match before, and you will understand. So the text match before will be this one slash, and inside it the name. Okay, if you are not getting it, just think like this. It's going to isolate the data between this src, okay, from src to this and this. Okay, so that is basically the image URL. Okay, it's going to isolate the data between src colon and apostrophe, quotes. Okay, and quotes colon, comma, inside double quotes, name. Okay, if you are not getting it, just click on save and send test request and you will understand. So as you can see, we have isolated the image URL. Okay, we have got the perfect image URL. So we don't have to enter all this nonsense here. We have isolated the image URL. Okay, we have removed the isolated this part using this text before, that is src, and the text before, the text after, that is name. Okay, so it has isolated the data between this part and this part. Okay, so that is the use of text parser. Now what we have to do here is, before we map all the details in our Google Sheet, once again we have to make sure that it doesn't include the HTML tag in the description. We once again have the HTML tag, if you may remember. So once again we have the HTML tag in the description. So this is the description. Where is the description? Yeah, so we once again have to remove the HTML tag. And so what we're going to do here is we are going to introduce one more action window. So in the choose app, we are going to use data transformer. Okay, because we want to strip the HTML tag. Data transformer, in the action event, we are just going to use HTML stripper strip HTML tag, and let me just click on connect. Okay, so the string is, if you already know this, it's well and good. The string is something you get from here. Okay, so the string is, what was the string? It was the description. Okay, this is the one we want, and we have mapped it. And let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so it is showing success. Now what we are going to do here is we are ready with our data. Now we are going to map all the data into our Google Sheet. This is the Google Sheet that we are going to map our data. And once again, we are going to introduce one more action window, and inside this action window, we are going to use select Google Sheet, and the action event is add new row, and let me just click on connect. Okay, so we are going with the new connection. Let me just click on connect with Google Sheets. Okay, Aaron Manuel it is. It's asking me to confirm my choice. Let me just press allow. Okay, so it is trying to authorize. Give it 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, so by default, it is showing the select spreadsheet as content marketing for SaaS software. Now we have to change it to products from WooCommerce. This is the spreadsheet product from WooCommerce. And the select sheet as sheet 1. It is already showing the sheet as sheet 1. You already know this. Okay, so let's start mapping one by one. We have the product name. Now this is the error we shouldn't make because this is the error that I have made a couple of times. So we are not going to map the details from here. We are going to map the detail from the iterator module. Okay, iterator accordion. We are going to click here and the name of the product is Awesome Drone and we have mapped it. Okay, remember this, do not map from the first accordion. Now we have the description. Now the description is something that we have stripped. So that is something we get from the fifth accordion and we have mapped it, that is 4 rotors. Okay, that's easy. Then we have the regular price. Again, we are not going to map it from the first accordion. So this is not from the first accordion. We should get it from the third accordion of the iterator. So the condition was regular price. The price was 500 and we have mapped it. Okay, then we have the sale price. The sale price, again, we are going to use the third accordion, that is for the iterator. And we have the sale price as 350. Remember this, we don't have to use the first accordion in this mapping. Okay, and we have to introduce the image URL. This is something that we have split and isolated, and this is the image URL. And then we have at last the product ID. Okay, so this is the product ID. Okay, so this is the product ID and we have mapped it. Easy. Okay, so at this point all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to send this data to our Google Sheet. Let me do that. Okay, so the response is a positive one. So let's have a look. Do we have the data into our Google Sheet? Yes, we have the product name, Awesome Drones, the description, the regular price, the sale price, the image URL, and the product ID. Okay, so you must be thinking, what about the rest of the products? We have around, let's say, 21 products. What about the data of the 21 products? So these are all the 21 products we have. So what I'm going to do here is, to fully satisfy the conditions, I'm going to let me just click on done. Okay, and once again, I'm going to create one more product. So let me just click on add new. And we are finally reaching the steps. So this is the final step. So we are going to add one more product. And the name of the product is Sandbag. Or how about we go with ink pen. Beautiful ink pen. Ink pen. Okay. And let me just add the description. Carved ivory pen. Just a random description. And the regular price is 700. And the sale price is 450. Then we have to set the product image. So we have the image of an ink pen. So let me just click on set product. Okay, so the product image has been set. All you have to do is just click on publish to publish the product. So a new product, that is beautiful ink pen, is getting published on my WooCommerce store. Now the idea is that this same product will be added to my Google Sheet. So let's have a look. So as you can see, we have got the product detail. So technically our first condition is working, that if there is already a product present, all you have to do is the recently added product will be automatically added in my Google Sheet. Now what I'm going to do here is to bring the rest of the products. Okay, so this was the rest of the products. Okay, so let me just show you. So let me just show you all the products. So to bring the data of the rest of the products that is present in my WooCommerce store in my Google Sheet, what I'm going to do here is I should enable the condition for the second root. That is, no product data is present in my Google Sheet. Okay, so let me just delete this. Okay, let me just delete this. So the products has been deleted. And once again, we are going to add one more product. Okay, so let me just show you the magic after building this product. So let me just click on add new. Okay, and I'm going to add the product name. Okay, so how about smartwatch? Okay, awesome watch, or LG watch. Just a small description. Okay, beautiful super smartwatch. In case if we have already have a product called a smartwatch, it would be a problem. Okay, super smartwatch, LG watch. This is the description, and the price is 670. The sale price is 550. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set a product image. Okay, so how about we work with this one? This image looks good. Let me just click on set product image. Okay, so the product image has been set. Okay, so let me just straight away click on publish. Okay, so our product is getting published. Okay, so let's have a review. So the product has been published. So let me just go to, as you can see, all the data is now coming here in my Google Sheet one by one. Okay, just like magic. So we have all the products in my WooCommerce store coming to my Google Sheet. So at present we have, I think, 24 products. Okay, and this is the recently created product, that is Super Smart Watch. Okay, the description is LG Watch. This is the regular price, sale price, the image URL, as well as the product ID. Then we have the next product that we have recently created, that is Beautiful Ink Pen, if you may remember. And before that, using Awesome Drone, we had created the whole workflow. And before that, I had shown you the example. This is the working of the product. So as you can see, we have all the data of all the products in my Google Sheet. Of course, this workflow was a bit complex, but I personally believe it was totally worth it. We have successfully integrated WooCommerce as well as Google Sheet with help of Pabbly Connect. So before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just click on done. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. So let me just minimize all the windows one by one. First you integrated WooCommerce to Pabbly Connect, and then you have integrated Pabbly Connect to Google Sheet. So here with the help of this particular action window, that is get row, we have established two conditions. The first condition is if product data is already present in the Google Sheet except the data of the newly created product. Now the second condition was if the product data is not at all present, no product data is present in my Google Sheet. So that is why you have established two routes. The first route is if the product data is present in my Google Sheet except the newly created product. And then the second one was the Google Sheet is totally blank. So we have worked on two conditions here, that we have worked on the filter that the product data is already present. And after that, we have introduced the newly created product. Then we have worked on the Google Sheet is totally blank. So it contains actually 5 steps. So basically we have used this filter that the product does not exist. Okay, and then you have used this action window to get all the details of all the products present in my WooCommerce. You have introduced the iterator module so that you may get all the details. You may get just one detail of a particular product from all the products, so that you can apply condition. You have applied two conditions, that is text formatter as well as data format transformer by Pabbly. And after that, you have introduced all the data into Google Sheet. So let me just click on done. So now there's a perfect flow of data between WooCommerce as well as Google Sheet. So not just these two apps, you can integrate multiple applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, please contact us at admin@pabbly.com. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Also, you should know that the link of Pabbly Connect as well as the workflow is available in the description box. Thank you so much for watching.